We are in downtown Kent this morning touring a fourplex. We are in downtown Kent touring a fourplex. Still waiting. Still waiting. Quite noisy, but people still live here. If you can hear me. We are in downtown Kent this morning touring a fourplex. They're listed for 1.279, and they're all 2-bed, 1.5 bath townhome style units, which is what I really kind of actually like for 2-bed units. So you can see their sister, like side-by-side mirror image properties. Nice, easy to maintain, just concrete pad. You can see probably some families that live here. There's some kids' bikes, there's some strollers. It's about what you expect for this. It's 2 beds, 1 bath. Vinyl siding, original windows. Come on in. What do I like about this deal is that it is a townhome style. I always like that. And it has an extra half bath right there for your guests. So those are my 2 favorite things about this property specifically. I like that it has townhome style with a washer dryer in the unit too, so no shared laundry. It does have this weird accordion door thing to close this off. I have no idea what that's about. And then you come out and it's got a nice enclosed patio, a little bit of privacy for your tenants. But it's pretty worn, it's pretty dated, and it's pretty beat. You know, popcorn ceiling. I mean, those counters have been updated. Got this with that old original panel. If Rebecca wants to show up there, there's disgusting skylights that are pretty gross, probably leaking, at least in one of these units. And you come up and you've got 2 beds and a shared bath. Nothing too exciting. Wall heaters, pretty cheap doors on your closets, some pretty beat up patched walls, blinds, nothing too exciting. So yeah, not my favorite property in the world, but we've obviously toured worse than this. You can come see the full bath. There's baseboard heating in there. It does have new carpet, but it feels like a real C-class type of property. I'll run some numbers and show you what I think. So this is another terrible sign, literally signs, like gang signs. These guys pissed off these guys, and so they tagged here on the trash can too. Good old Slither S28 MX in the house. Kent has a notorious gang problem in some areas, and there's your evidence. So that's not a good sign. But what I do like about this parking lot is that reserve parking, visitor parking, they're all numbered. That's always nice, and tenants will really appreciate that instead of always trying to find somewhere to park every time they come home. All right, this is the fourplex, and I thought both were being sold because they were both owned by the same owner and were bought 2 years ago by the same owner. But they're interestingly just selling off this one, and they paid 1.15 for this 2 years ago, and the gross rents at the time were 8,096. Now the gross rents are 8,015, so almost $100 less, and they want $125,000 more than what they paid for it 2 years ago. Don't know why, probably just assuming appreciation, but that's not always the case. And this doesn't look like a great deal, even though they're all a 2-bed, 1.5 baths, 1,000 square feet, plugged in the rents, plugged in the expenses that they provided. We come over to the snapshot here at their price, 30% down. And you have to forgive, I didn't plug in all the exact details, so just plugged in the financials. So 30% down, and with these rents and maybe some slight bumps even, 5% vacancy. This is for self-managed. I even took off self-managed to try and see how this would pencil for, if someone wanted to attempt that, with some repairs, CapEx replenishment, minor landscaping involved. You're looking at putting down $411,000 to run about $200 a month negative. So that's terrible. It's a terrible deal. Even if you got what they paid for 2 years ago and put down 35%, now it might pencil a little bit better. But again, this is for self-managing. Most people I know are probably going to have to hire management. So it's really probably still only going to break even with about $400,000 down if you got it for about $100,000 less. So I would look at the numbers, do the snapshot, and gives you kind of a projection here. First year,
cash on cash return plus some minor appreciation, possibly, right? And then with the cap rate, they're advertising a 5.29, so we're not too far off of that, but at 5.2, if we were to get it for the 115 price with 35% down, and the rents that are, lower than what they are when they bought it. So not sure what they're trying to play here, why they're only selling one and not both. Personally, I'm not a big fan of owning just one side of this when you have it set up for like an eightplex. Because then now, if you want to take care of this one and the one next door is being neglected, it's going to make your property look a lot worse. So anyway, there you have it. Numbers don't work.